Today on Land Beat, we're talking about hay ground and how we can use it to benefit wildlife. Haying, as you see behind me, is a very popular component to a lot of farms throughout the country. And for guys that own farms that are really have this focus on wildlife, but like to have the income production from either tillable ground or in this case hay ground, there are several options that we can utilize. And I am standing in a cool season base, a non-native cool season base, which is predominantly tall fescue. And straight to the point, this is the least preferred hay component that we would like to find on a farm. Doesn't provide forage, it provides very little cover. It's allelopathic, so it doesn't really allow a lot of diversity. There are a few things we can plant to try to diversify it if possible, but there are several other options. Our favorite is alfalfa. This is about 90 acres of a 250 acre farm. So if 90 acres is tall fescue, providing very little forage or cover value, it might as well be a concrete Walmart parking lot when it comes to providing habitat for wildlife. But if you are on your dad's farm or your grandparents' farm, if you have a tall fescue pasture that's getting hayed, one thing you can do to diversify and add additional forage would be supplement that with red clover. Frost seed red clover throughout the field, 5 to 8 pounds to the acre, and get a little bit additional forage. That's a great benefit that's very cost effective, but our favorite is alfalfa. So converting this to alfalfa is one of our first steps in trying to maximize the habitat, maximize the hunting, but even get additional income from the farm. Alfalfa bales are typically more expensive than fescue, tall fescue, but it also does cost more in managing that alfalfa. Another alternative is a couple different annual crops. On my farm, we use triticale or triticale, however you want to pronounce it, planted in the fall and then cut and wrapped in the spring, and then we use either sorghum sudan grass or crabgrass, or use the crabgrass with the Johnson grass that comes up in the flooded field. And that's another great supplement because we get that fall, winter, and spring forage from the triticale. So that's something that I'm starting to utilize more and more on my farms. But those three are the most common options we see. There is a fourth, which is going to be native prairie, which is a warm season type prairie remnant, let's say, that gets hayed. I would like to see it more than tall fescue, but I do cringe a little bit over the thought of haying native prairie year after year. I would much rather find the farmer that will turn this into alfalfa, and then we have incredible early season hunting that helps take the pressure off of soybeans or corn that's out planted, specifically soybeans. And so we can hold deer here, provide tons and tons and tons of forage, and allow the soybeans out on the other part of the farm to grow. Those are all options, but as you can see here, this is our least preferred. So step number one on this consult is trying to figure out how we can go away from this. So you have alfalfa, you have annual blends like triticale and then crabgrass or sudan grass. You could have native prairie that gets hayed, or in this case, a cool season base, which is tall fescue, and other places it may be orchard grass or smooth brome. 4 main options. This is our least preferred. So as we work through this consult, we're going to be talking it over and trying to locate farmers that would want to convert this to alfalfa as our first pick, or going into triticale and crabgrass or sudan grass moving forward. But if your farm looks like this and you're looking for one simple solution, overseed red clover in the winter and try to diversify the pasture to provide additional forage for wildlife.